Hey everyone, my name is Liz Neroni and I'm a naturalist for Preservation Parks of Delaware County. Today I wanted to share with you how to make your very own suet at home.
I personally really enjoy just sitting and watching the birds come to the suet feeder during the winter. However, every time I purchased any brand from the store, it was covered in plastic. By doing something I thought was completely harmless, like feeding the birds, I was actually contributing to a much larger problem. The amount of waste we produce not only affects birds, but all living things, including us. So making suet at home is a great alternative to all the plastic. Plus, it's a nice, budget-friendly activity. The first thing you will need is your base. This can either be a butter, like peanut, sunflower, almond, any of those kinds, or it can be animal fat. I have actually been storing leftover animal fat in my freezer, so I have both and will be using both in my recipes. I chose to melt these bases over an open fire, as I've kind of heard that it could be stinky. Plus, it was a lot more fun that way. Avoid using Crisco for your base. It has an ingredient called palm oil. This crop is responsible for destroying important rainforest habitat, which also contributes to the loss of biodiversity and adds to climate change. Now that we have our suet base, we need the fillers. There are a lot of options, and this is where you can become a little creative. Things like crushed up eggshells, sunflower seeds, any type of nuts, so peanuts, almonds, those kinds of things, corn, millet, safflower, pumpkin seeds, dried and or fresh fruit, thistle, oats, and mealworms. The thing about mealworms, whether they are marketed towards chickens, songbirds, or even reptiles, they can be kind of expensive. So unless you want to splurge or raise your own mealworms, you don't have to have this ingredient to make a successful suet. Where to get all these fillers? Some you can find in your own pantry or fridge. Just avoid ingredients with added sugar or salt, and I wouldn't use flour either. For the rest, I go to Rural King. This feed store has bulk bins. They have a lot of options, and I can bring my own brown paper bags, which the cashiers are totally cool with. So I didn't have to use any plastic. So the next thing you will need is a container to assemble your suet. I ordered these really cool bowls from Leafly store online. They are 100% backyard compostable and chemical free. These bowls can withstand hot and cold temperatures and won't become waste when I'm done with them. Silicone and other molds, on the other hand, are not biodegradable, and so they will end up as trash. Now I will add the melted base and sprinkle in the fillers. This is the fun part because you get to experiment and do any combination you want. After you have finished, place the suet in the freezer. Once it is frozen, remove the cake from the container and pop it in your suet cage.
I hope you enjoyed this video and that you will try to reduce your plastic waste by making your own suet at home.